in your BVP, Ben's most valuable players, the 5 most valuable players across the league right now.
Yep.
Through this season. Starting with number 5, who you just mentioned might be an MVP candidate, Sean Murphy.
Yeah, this has been the best pickup of the offseason for anybody, I believe. He's been so good for that team, and at a position where they were getting offensive numbers from that spot, but Sean Murphy is one of the best young catchers in the game of baseball all around. He's great defensively. He's great calling a game, leading a staff, throwing out runners. He's been fantastic offensively. His first homer with that team was that walk-off home run. So he's been invaluable to this team, and I think he is every bit of an MVP candidate right now in the National League. But as you mentioned with the BVPs, it's combining both leagues into one spot. So the top 5 players in the game of baseball as of right now, and Sean Murphy's at number 5.
At number 4, another big offseason pickup, this time for Miami, Luis Arraez.
Yeah, I truly believe we continue to undervalue what Luis Arraez brings to a baseball field. You know, the guy's hitting around 400. And, like, if anybody in baseball is going to hit 400 ever again, it's going to be Luis Arraez. Now, I have this conversation with John Smoltz on Saturday with Smoltz. You'll hear it. But we're going to talk about Luis Arraez and players that could potentially hit 400 and specifically Tony Gwynn, and talked about him and Smoltz facing him. So you'll want to listen to that on Saturday. But Luis Arraez is just an absolute menace at the plate. And I think if a player is going to hit around 400 on a season, right? I'm not saying he will, but if a player's going to hit around 400, I don't care if they're all singles. I don't care if they're singles and doubles. Like, that guy should be in an MVP conversation. And by and large, he hasn't been in terms of last year, won the batting title, but you don't even get mentioned in an MVP conversation. So he's in my BVP conversation, and he's here at number 4.
At number 3, on the best team in baseball, Wander Franco.
Man, this is the breakout year for Wander, and I'm so happy. He's batting .310. He's stolen 11 bases already on the year. He's hitting for a high average, high power, stealing bases, driving in runs, all while doing it on what is the best team in baseball. Mm-hmm. But shout out to the O's, by the way, who continue to – the O's – I'm getting sidetracked. But the O's had a week where they played 6 games against the Braves and the Rays, and they went 3-3 and beat the Rays in a series and could – great series for them. But the Rays are still the best team in the game of baseball, and Wander is having his breakout season as he came up as the top prospect, and this is the guy. And man, has he been a blast to watch.
At number 2, another Braves rock star, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah, Ronald ain't going anywhere. He's on this list to stay. Hit a home run, I think it was Wednesday. Either Tuesday or Wednesday. 470 feet.
Massive.
An absolute tank to left field. And, I mean, just listen to what he's doing so far. 347 with 7 homers, 22 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases. You want to talk about a 40-40 season, which I've said since Ronald came into the league, I think he can be the next player to do it, which is a very, very short list. There's been 5, and he could be the 5th in history to do it. Ronald Acuna is on pace right now for a 20-30 season in the first half.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me? Yes, he's number 2 on this list.
And at number 1, the unicorn, the man who has been on this list all year long, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, look, how do you get more valuable? He's batting almost 300, 293 on the year with 8 homers, and he's 4-1 on the mound with a 2.74 ERA, punching out everybody. He has like the lowest batting average against, the lowest whip. I mean, I could go on and on, as you know.
Can.
But this guy is the most valuable player in the game of baseball and is the most talented player the game has seen in arguably ever. So, yes. Shohei Ohtani leads the list again as the top BVP. But I will say there were some players at the beginning. It took him a while to get up there.
He was at number 2 for a while.
I kept him in the 2 spot for a while, but at this point, it's like, how do you
not?
How do you?
I mean, would you call him a mystical creature? Which explains the unicorn, because a unicorn's a mystical creature. So it's the perfect explanation for Ohtani.
Yeah. So this week, if the season ended right now, this would be the MVP voting if both leagues were combined. Sean Murphy, Luis Arraez, Wander Franco, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Shohei Ohtani.